Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Ocon, Lawson and Albon. And just behind us are Piastri, Leclerc and Norris. The fastest lap at this point in time is a 1 minute 19.3. We don't currently have the data for that request. The top 5 cars as things stand: Ocon, Perez, Tsunoda, Sargent and Lawson. Currently the fastest lap is a 1:18.4. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Seconds left in the session.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who'll be fronting the grid. Ocon, Perez and Yuki Tsunoda. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Well, this might not be the season opener anymore, but it's no less an event. So welcome to Albert Park for the Australian Grand Prix. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Esteban Ocon lines up on pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Sonoda, Sargent, Liam Lawson, Daniel, Magnussen, Albon, Oscar Piastri, Drugovic, Doohan, Teo Porcher, Leclerc, Halger, Ricciardo, Stroll, Norris, Russell, Verstappen and Zhou Guanyu. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box. Ant, it's fantastic to have you with us here, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
Well, I imagine they'll be starting to feel the adrenaline as they anticipate the run down into turn one, a bit like preparing to go into battle. The unknown situation will bring nerves, but that's a good thing. It will keep them focused on the moment and on their surroundings as we build towards the start of the Grand Prix.
Okay, we've got that relief of having points on the board finally, so let's keep that form up and get another top 10 finish today, please. We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice starts. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want you to bog down. That looked bad. Are you all right? Let me know you're okay.
We've witnessed some great battles on the streets of Melbourne today then, and they've taken a fantastic win. And it's time now for the podium celebrations, and how well deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. AlphaTauri are your winners here today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. And thanks to his performance today, Sergio Perez is now our new points leader in the Drivers' Championship. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Well, you can't fault anything that Sergio Perez did out on the track today. He drove flawlessly, making him an easy pick.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. AlphaTauri secure a position at the top of the standings. Another team that will be satisfied with this Grand Prix is Alfa Romeo, whose good result moves them further up the championship. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen. I know we were expecting some new developments to come through, but some of them have failed quality control. We'll need to tell the team what to redevelop via the R&D screen. Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend. Thanks for dealing with that. The department appreciates it. Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Currently, the fastest lap is at 1:28.2. We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves once again of our top three: Daniel, Ocon, and Logan Sargent. Goodbye for now then, but really we're just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow. Florida is no stranger to world-class sport, and as of 2022, the USA's Sunshine State is now on the F1 calendar. Welcome back to the Magic City for the Miami Grand Prix. With great opportunities for wheel-to-wheel battles featuring 19 corners, 3.36 miles long, and expected average speeds of 138 miles an hour, the Miami International Autodrome will be sure to create lots of chances to overtake. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and it's Esteban Ocon in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sargent, Tsunoda, Perez, Verstappen, Liam Lawson, Albon, Norris, Leclerc, Drugovich, Halger, Ricciardo, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, Teo Pourchaire, Doohan, Stroll, Russell, and Zhou Guanyu. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Anthony Davidson is alongside me, as usual, for today's race. Let's discuss Red Bull. We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
Okay, so our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of this lap. job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Lando's coming in for his stop now. Lando's in the pits. Lando in the pits. Okay, so that's a red flag, no overtaking, and let's get back into the pits, please. There's a good chance to change our strategy for the rest of the Grand Prix if we want to. Okay, back on track. Let's make the best of this restart. Let's go. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 1.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're sitting in 7th. Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Well, Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Daniel takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
I have to give it to Daniel.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. AlphaTauri secure a position at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.